Hello YouTube and people of the interwebs, welcome back to another Doctor Who video. I have literally just come from watching the church on Ruby Road. I mean, I have recorded this video once, but every bit of technology is refusing to work currently, so I'm recording it again, and I'm going to do it in one take. These aren't going to be, this isn't a fully coherent review. If you want that, make sure you're subscribed and turn on the notification bell, because it will be coming to you very, very soon. This is just my first initial thoughts straight after watching the episode. I haven't seen anybody else's reaction other than my family, because obviously I was in the room with them. I don't know what the online discourse around this episode is. These are just my first initial honest thoughts about the church on Ruby Road. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I thought it's it's not a perfect episode, but it's a very nice introduction, and it is clearly a character piece of the new Doctor and Ruby, and it perfectly introduces us to the pair of them. Ncuti Gatwa is very good as the Doctor, and yeah, I'm sold. He's done well. He's working as the Doctor. I don't think, he's keeping up the tradition of there never being a Doctor that I'm not sold on by the end of their first episode. I genuinely, I can't wait to see more of Ncuti. I know this is technically his second episode, but yeah, point is, Ncuti's Doctor is very good. I'm very excited to see more, especially because of his chemistry with Millie Gibson's Ruby Sunday. She, once again, is one of the, she is one of the only companions that I have immediately warmed to after their first episode. There's only, I'd say Bill and Clara, two of the others that I immediately was like, yeah, I'm on board. A lot of the others, it took me an episode or two, or even half a season to get into. Like Donna, she's one of my favourite companions, but I won't lie, in The Runaway Bride, she's not my favourite. She's good as she goes on, but yeah, Ruby immediately, she just gets it. Millie Gibson does such a good job. Her and Ncuti together is brilliant. When they're bickering in the doorway while Ruby's foster family is sort of debating about tea in the other room, and they're trying to come up with an alibi for why the Doctor's there and who he is, that was so much fun. The chemistry between the two is great. When they're on the ladder, when they're going through the Goblin spaceship, the Doctor being in constant awe of everything going on around him, and Ruby just kind of freaking out. That was really cool. I thought all of the characters in the episode were really nice. I also loved Ruby's foster family. They've got such a nice vibe, and I love that sort of domestic, real side of Doctor Who. And I'll talk more in a minute on the Timeless Child stuff, because that was very interesting that Russell sort of so directly addressed the Timeless Child. I thought was, very funky. But who the hell, I think she's called Mrs. Flood, Ruby's nosy next door neighbour. Who is she? Why does she know what a TARDIS is? She broke the fourth wall. Is she one of the Toymaker's legions that he threatened would come after the Doctor? Something like that. I have no idea who she is. I'm very intrigued. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I will be making a video on the identity of whoever the hell she is, because it's definitely setting up something for Series 14 or Season 1, because it's being rebooted. But point is, all the characters in the episode sold me. Really fun, really good. What didn't necessarily sell me as much is the actual plot. I know, Russell keeps doing it, but you address the conveniences, that's fine. But at the end, unless I've missed something, the convenience of the Goblin ship happening, the church spire happening to go directly through the Goblin King, and then the convenience of all the goblins and their ship just disappearing. Why does impaling the Goblin King mean all of them disappear? Is it time travel stuff? Or I have no idea. Maybe I missed something. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below. I did think every single script Russell writes, don't get me wrong, I love the man. He's probably my favourite Doctor Who writer. But the character drama is peak. It's perfect. You can never really critique his character stuff. But his plot wrap-ups are always just a sort of oh, and the day was saved, go, do some emotions. And it's what happened to the goblins? They just vanished. The Goblin King gets yeeted, and they just go. It was a little bit odd, but it wasn't too distracting because, as I say, the main focus of the episode is the Doctor and Ruby's relationship and the companionship growing, which I think, yeah, it was brilliant. Like, I'm sold. I genuinely cannot wait for the new season. I will also be making a video on the next time trailer, breaking it down shot for shot, giving my theories and thoughts, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, overall, it's a very, very solid episode. I loved the goblins as villains. I am sad that they didn't get much screen time. Like, their presence is felt throughout the episode, but they just sort of, I don't know, I expect, like, the Goblin King song, that's almost where the climax of the episode should be, but it comes in the middle of the episode, which, it's not terrible by any means, it's just a little bit random. Like, I felt like the ending maybe needed a little bit more oomph, like, something happening with the goblins. Maybe they get more feisty, maybe they're more aggressive, and the Doctor has to, like, shoo away the goblins and push them off the ladder as he pulls the ship down. Or maybe they start firing at him with tiny little guns, or something more just to add more tension. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was good, but it needed a little bit more oomph at the end. I do think, though, as I say, characters are the focus of the episode, and the characters, there's not really much to critique at all. As I said earlier, I'll pick that thread up now. The Timeless Child being so directly addressed, I like it. Like, I know it's probably going to create a lot of online storm and a lot of YouTube titles going, Russell T Davies is the new Chris Chibnall, because the Doctor Who fandom seems destined to despise the showrunner, no matter who they are. If you're the showrunner of Doctor Who, people will just hate you, which is completely unfair. But I think addressing it in that way was very nice, because new viewers or people who don't care to see the Timeless Child stuff, they got all the information they needed immediately. The Doctor is adopted. The Doctor's an orphan, just like Ruby. That can help their chemistry go. It plays into the theme of coincidences. Very, very nice. And I think it wasn't too much. It didn't go, oh, you need to know about the lore of Gallifrey or anything. It was just like, yeah, both of them are adopted. They can relate. And yeah, Ncuti Gatwa's range of emotion throughout the entire episode was just magical. Like, having a Doctor who's more emotionally open is very, very interesting. It's very rare to see the Doctor actually cry, but I think he cried like 2 or 3 times throughout the duration of the episode, which, yeah, it's an interesting choice, and I'm glad they're doing it because he still feels like the Doctor, but not the exact same Doctor we've seen 101 times before. He's got that new energy, and I'm, yeah, as I say, very excited to see where it goes. It's difficult to critique the episode other than the goblins just disappearing at the end, because overall I thought it was really solid. There were really strong lines in there. I still love the bit where they're on the ladder and he's just like, you see a ladder and you thought, oh, I'll give it a go, babes. It's such a doctory line that's never, the Doctor would never normally say that, but the way Ncuti delivers it, in the coat, in the costume, which is so doctory as well, it just lands. It lands really, really well, and I'm so glad because, yeah, this is going to be the first impression of Doctor Who for a lot of people, especially Americans and Disney Plus viewers. This is episode 1. It's got to hook you in, and I think it does that really well with the characters. As I say, it falls down a little bit on not necessarily being the most... It didn't... The goblins were cool, but were they the most Doctor Who-y villain ever? For an episode 1, is that the best thing to do? I mean, if we compare it to Russell's first episode 1, we have the Autons, who, they don't have much presence as villains, but they immediately scare you, and it's like, oh, I can relate to that because it's a mannequin. Whereas the goblins, maybe they're a little too fantasy, and maybe a couple of people would have got lost with the whole, oh, I'm learning the language of rope lines. I don't know, maybe not. I thought it was good, but I'd be interested to see what, as I said, I haven't seen the online reaction or the public's reaction, so I'm interested to see that. But overall, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Not a perfect episode, but definitely one of the better Christmas specials, and it's a very, very good introduction to Ncuti and Millie as the Doctor and Ruby. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please do remember to like, comment, subscribe. As I say, there are going to be many more videos coming very, very soon. So stay subscribed, hit the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.